Hi everyone, today we're going to speak about setting up an AM user in AWS account. So what we have to do is we have to log into AWS credential, to a console using your credential, username and a password, and you have to log in as a root user. So once you're logged in as a root user, then we have to create, select the option as add user. Then we have to update a username, programmatic access, and then permission policies we have to set as administrator policy. Then we have to create a tag for the user. Once you submit all this information, we would get an access key and a secret key. So this is what we have to go ahead and do it today. So let me just go ahead and quickly open my AWS account. All right, so I'm in the root user. It's asking for my username and the password. I'm logging in with my username and the password. Let me sign in. All right, so it's bringing up my information here since I'm already logged in as I am. So if you're doing it the first time, you can type IAM and we would see manage access to AWS resources. So we just have to click on this option. It will take you to the next screen where you have the IAM management console. So this is how the dashboard would look like. You have to select this option from user. So in user we have an option. I have already created an admin user, so I would update how to update a new user or create an user account, add a user. So we have to go ahead and click on add user. So once we have the add user, it will ask you to update the name. So I'm going to update it as VS Code. You can take any name as you wish. So I'm selecting access key programmatic access. It enables access key and a secret key for AWS API, CLI, SDK, and other development tools. So we're going to access this VS Code or the AM user through the programmatic access. So here we have an option come add user group. If we have set any group earlier, then we can select that. I'm using attach existing policies directly. So there is predefined access permissions policies that is created by AWS. We have to give administrator. If you don't see that option, you just have to type administrator. This is the first option that comes up, job function permission policy 1. So since I've already used this policy, that's maybe a reason why we have this used as. So you check this option, click on tag. So I'm just updating VS Code AWS. Just make sure that you have that option. All right, value optional, that is optional for us, and click on review. So it give you an update information. The AWS access type is problematic. Username is VS Code. All right, so we just have to verify all this information and then click on create a user. So this is very important screen. You have username, access key, and secret access key. So this information is very much needed when you're trying to connect your Visual Studio Code or any other way you're trying to access your EC2 instances, or you're trying to access your AWS basically. So I'll just click on download as CSV. So I'll show you what are the information it would be there in the downloads. So Let me just open it in Excel sheet. All right, it's open up. Yeah, you would see the username, access key ID, secret access key, and you have the console login link. So for your next programs, or updating the information, you would need all this information. So that's all for today. So I hope you understood what we are trying to access. We are trying to setting up an AWS IAM User account, and from that you're creating a programmatic access, and you're setting up the policies for the user account, and we would have an access key ID generated, and a secret access key is also generated. So that's all for today's class. You all have a wonderful day. Bye bye for now.